Welcome back to the neighborhood. My name is Dylan, and today I'll be talking about Majesty, the Fantasy Kingdom sim. Majesty is one of the earliest video games I ever played, and one that I continue to go back and play to this day. But am I just riding along on nostalgia, or is it actually still fun in 2023? The game was developed by Cyberlore Studios and published by Microprose way back in the year 2000. The expansion, creatively named the Northern Expansion, came out about a year later. Since then, the property has changed hands a few times, and a Gold HD version from Paradox Interactive is currently available on digital storefronts. The game is labeled as a real-time strategy game, but it's so unlike any RTS that I've ever played, and I've been searching for any game that scratches the same itch ever since. Unlike pretty much every other RTS out there, you are not in control of your units. Instead, you're building up your kingdom and recruiting heroes and trying to nudge them in the direction you want them to go, but ultimately, they're going to do their own thing. All of the different heroes have things they're predisposed to do. For example, the warriors like to defend your town, rangers like to explore, rogues like to steal things, and wizards like to die to a basic giant rat. You can encourage them to explore certain areas or take out certain monsters and layers with reward flags, but the heroes will still make their decisions on where to go. As a kid, and still today, I find it intoxicating to build up my town, recruit some heroes, and just kind of watch how things play out. I love following a hero as they start at level 1 with no gear and slowly earn more XP, items, and abilities. The organic stories that can develop are amazing, as your favorite paladin grows into a powerful champion that dies protecting your citizens from a dragon, or your cultist gets surrounded by enemies before transforming into a bear and taking them all out. The game plays out a bit slower than your typical RTS, as you are not needing to micromanage your units. Instead, you're making macro-level decisions like which temple do I want, since some of them refuse to coexist with others. Or maybe you're choosing whether you want the numbers of the gnomes, the defenses of the dwarves, or the elves, who mostly just distract your heroes. You can set up your economy, which is based around having a thriving marketplace and several protected trade outposts around the map. You gain access to some spells based on the buildings in your town that can be used more actively, but they all cost money, so it's not always feasible. The game does have scenarios that are set up to provide stories, such as finding a villager that stole a wizard's spellbook or rescuing a prince from kidnapping elves. Each scenario is set up by knockoff Sean Connery and offers a tweak to how you approach the game.
Sovereign, the ratmen grow bolder day by day. Their numbers appear to increase, and strange new sounds can be heard issuing from our sewers.
The scenarios have a bit of a randomly generated map, so no two attempts will feel exactly the same. There is no overarching storyline, but to me, that's not really what this game is about. There's also a free play mode where you can customize the rules of the game. Maybe you want to set up a challenge where the layers all respawn and tough monsters regularly invade. Or maybe you just want to relax and remove the restrictions that keep you from having all of the different temples. Whatever you like, you can probably set it up. For me, this game gets an A. Like I said at the beginning, I love this game. And maybe it's just the rose-colored glasses, but I genuinely think Majesty is still a fun game that holds up in 2023. Now, it's not some sort of deeply cinematic game with a message, but it doesn't have to be, at least not for me. It fits in a niche as a city builder RTS that defies most of the typical hallmarks of those genres. It often feels more like The Sims or RimWorld than StarCraft or City Skylines. The more relaxed approach allows you to pay attention to the emergent narratives that develop as your heroes quest in the kingdom. If any of what I've said so far has sounded fun to you, I can't recommend this game enough, as it's one of the most unique games I've ever played. It's routinely on sale for less than $3, and there's a less fleshed out version on the App Store if you're into that. There is a sequel, but in my opinion it doesn't live up to the original. Honestly, this is one of my top games I wish would get rebooted or remastered. as I haven't been able to find something that scratches the same itch since. What about you? Have you played Majesty? Or better yet, have you found something that plays like it? Let us know in the comments. If you found this video interesting, leave us a like to let us know, and consider subscribing to get notified when new videos go live. That's all from me, so I'll leave you with a reminder to stay friendly, gamers.